Hello YouTube, message in the bottle here. Now in my previous short YouTube short video, I was talking about how this is more common than you think. And of course I'm reusing the image that I was using last time. Now, sadly I cannot say some certain words, and of course I cannot use some footage what I want to discuss about, but lately I've been having a severe black pill, and the more I dwell in sexuality, especially when it comes to female sexuality, the more I start to understand why we're seeing the issues that we're seeing today. And I had to thank the MGTOW community, the black pill community, red pill community, even the what's it called, Black Pigeon Speaks, when he made the fantastic video about human culture and sexuality. Because there was literally a study that talks about how when society allows sexuality to be loosened, in other words, liberated, that society is destined to essentially die off. And this is exactly what we're seeing today. And a lot of YouTubers, they're echoing this sentiment. And this image that you see right here is from a footage that it's viral, that gone viral because of the woman herself. Now, this woman, she is very beautiful, and sadly, this is a old footage. Right now, she gained a lot of weight. She literally let herself go, but she still has that pretty face. But she's not like what she used to be. But recently, she was on a podcast, and I listened to the entire podcast, and it was very interesting what she said. She's a very smart woman, but what sadly though, because of the choices she made, for a smart woman, she made a lot of dumb choices, but at the same time, she did it out of hedonism and out of pleasure. And looking back at the videos that she used to participate, it kind of hit me, and this realization hit me very hard. And that realization is that this is more normal than you guys think it is. And I realized that these type of women that enjoy getting themselves exploited by a lot of men is more not just normal, but I feel like there's a place for them in this world that's there for a reason. I know this sounds very harsh and very sexism, but I feel like this is something that's never gonna go away. And sadly though, because we live in a society where now women has free choice, like they could do whatever they want. These women are not only exposing themselves, but and this is the funniest thing about women having free choice. They voluntarily do this stuff, and this relates to the image that I'm using right here on this video. As I stated, the woman in this image that I'm using, she was recently in a podcast, and sadly she let herself go, which is a shame because she's very beautiful. She still has a pretty face, but she really did let herself go. In that podcast, she literally admitted that she did the stuff that she did out of pleasure. And when you look at her videos, what she was doing, she literally wanted this. She literally wanted to get, best way I could say it, violated by a bunch of dudes. And she was enjoying it, especially in the heat of the moment. But what's interesting is what she was saying, that despite that she got herself involved with this, it's still a quote unquote dangerous and evil business. And there were moments where she got terrified and she was a little abused a bit. She was abused a bit, but she did this voluntarily. Like no one was forcing her, but she purposely voluntarily get herself in this type of situation. And She even go far as saying that she self-human trafficked herself because she really did enjoy um, what's the best way I could say it without saying the term, exploiting her sexuality. That's the best way I could say it. So in this image that you see right here, she has no clothes. She's completely naked. And because she's in her birthday suit, she in this image right here, she's completely embracing it, embracing her sexuality. And in the podcast, she was saying that she admittedly there were moments where she got scared, but at the same time, in the heat of the moment, because of the fear mixing with the adrenaline and the fact that she wanted it, like she really badly wanted it, she was mixing both the fear and the, how do I say this, the adrenaline of excitement really that she really wants it as a fantasy. And this kind of relates to the black pill that I've been consuming from psychology of, sexuality. That yes, a lot of women, a lot of females, they do have that fantasy where they get violated by a bunch of dudes. And this woman in the image that you see right here, she was playing out those fantasy in her mind. But what's funny is that she voluntarily did this to herself. Now, she wasn't exploited to the extreme. She, best way I can put it, voluntarily put herself in that situation, and she still received the benefits and everything, but in her mind, she was doing it with pure hedonistic pleasure, fun, and she enjoyed it. She really did enjoy it. And she had essentially no shame of it. And because of that, it made me realize that this is more common in women than you guys think. And this is why you see a bunch of TikTok videos, a bunch of YouTube videos showing how a woman has almost no shame of cheating their husbands, going into one night stands, sleeping around with a bunch of strangers. As a matter of fact, just recently, and I saw this video that gone viral. A woman was trying her best to sleep over 100 dudes in 1 week or 1 month, I think. I kind of forgot the timeline, but she was trying to sleep at least 100 dudes in 1 month, in short amount of time, in other words. And in that viral video that gone viral recently, she she pretended like she was the victim, but what's funny is that nobody forced her. That's the main thing right here, guys. That's the main thing that I'm trying to get at. Nobody forced her to do that. Nobody pressured her to do that. She 100% completely volunteered to be in that situation. And yet, in that viral video, she was crying as if, she's the victim. And nobody was buying that. And it's kind of funny when you look at the backlash, but nobody was buying that. Now, in this image that you see right here about this woman, when I was listening to her podcast, she did not play the victim. She openly admitted what she was doing, and she admitted that she enjoyed it, and she had no shame, and she was not crying. She admitted that she loved it, and she was playing out her fantasy. And in my opinion, well, this is just my personal opinion, I respect her for being honest, and I respect her to have like the mental fortitude of what she did. But at the same time, it's kind of morally wrong. But she did this purely voluntarily, and because of the honesty, I praise her for that. But at the same time, I feel like, he was morally wrong. But as the old saying goes, it's your body, do what you want. But this woman, this um, independent actress, she kind of blackpilled me, realizing that this is way more common than you guys think, and this is why we're gonna see a lot of women being single. But I I swear to you guys, these women that are quote unquote single, they're not. Best way I could put it, they're not virgins. They've been sleeping around, but they're not gonna stay committed. And this is my personal black pill. My personal black pill is this: that we're gonna see a lot of women doing this because it's in their nature, but at the same time, they're not gonna end up getting married, or they're not end up getting into a committed long-term relationship. And this is why we're seeing this article that says around the year 2035, over 45% of women are projected to be single. They're gonna be single, but they're not gonna lose their access to sex, if you guys know what I mean. And the main reason why they're not gonna lose their access to sex is because they get to do what this woman in this picture is doing. Basically, allowing a bunch of dudes use them. Well, guys, I think I ranted enough, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you understand why I made this video. It's because I got severely blackpilled, especially the fact that I was listening to that woman's podcast. It's the same woman in this picture that you see right here. Well, guys, thank you for listening, and until next time.